Oops. All right, there we go. All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Traversing the Veil. Yes, this is one of my custom D&D campaigns set in my weird, messed up, customized D&D world. And the people below me are the people that have decided to join me on this journey that haven't realized what a bad decision that was yet. So until they do, I get to annoy them.
Door swings both ways, pal.
Those of you that are regular viewers of this, both of you, may recognize that we have a new face. This is the illustrious Queen Venus, who will be joining us, playing a brand new character, at least until she realizes she has better ways to spend her time. So,
Nah.
yeah, she will be she's showing up as soon as we can in the Giga game. Quick announcements. I have, because I'm a masochist, I have released 2 in-depth reviews of new RPG products. One was the new Power Rangers RPG system, and the other one was Tal'Dorei Reborn, the revised campaign setting from Critical Role. They are both up at my channel. It was a lot of work. But feel free to check that stuff out. It's youtube.com, just to Trader Jody. I put a lot of work into those videos, and they're very long. But people seem to like them thus far, so I'm happy. Otherwise, unless other people have like amazing things that are happening right now.
I'm currently packing up a lot of boxes because I'll be moving into a new place at the end of the month.
Well, congrats.
This new place, the living room is as big as my entire apartment right now.
Wow.
That's very nice.
Which is very nice. So next episode after the end of the month, you'll see me in a new place. That's the good news. The bad news is I unfortunately had to, as a DM, make a difficult decision and discontinue one of my campaigns. I've been running for about 1.5 years, Song of the Wilds. Unfortunately, some things happened outside of the campaign that resulted in some players no longer being a part of the campaign for one reason or another, and unfortunately, some of those people were a little more plot relevant than I could have worked without. So unfortunately, the campaign had to end. I still have my other one though, The Great Poison, which is based off of Metroid Prime that I'm still running. So that one is still going strong. Yep, that's it for me.
Cool. Well then, I think it's time we return to Traversing the Veil. The Veil can be a rough place sometimes. Having a ship can keep you eating, can keep you working, can also keep you running, can keep you in conflict. The party itself came together for different reasons, but they stayed together to support each other, to help everyone be able to continue existing. Some members of the party have unfortunately needed to leave, but it hasn't stopped them from continuing out trying to discover the various forces at work amongst all of them. Most recently, as the party was heading into the core, looking for work and other things, they found a strange trade ship they had never seen before, called the Carnival. They were greeted by the proprietor, a strange serpentine fellow, who brought them to an alchemist. The alchemist, Harangon, large bunny type of fellow, was able to deduce that Smegwick had someone modify his memory And so the party went into his memories to try and discover what had been hidden. And that is where we left the party last time. So, quick reminder for my sake. When we ended the last time, you guys had just kind of all woken up from the kind of shared unconsciousness, right?
Yeah.
We all kind of woke up and we decided to kind of do our own thing for a few minutes before regrouping at like the bar for a stiff drink after what we all went through.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. So, to make things easier on me, I guess I will start with Owie. I'm going to adjust your name on my layout because it's not centered and it's annoying me. All right, so Owie, after that whole ordeal, you have an entire ship of various wonders and things. Is there anything in particular you personally are looking for before you find your way to the tavern you guys have all decided to meet at? Or do you just want to directly go to the tavern?
Would there be like an armory?
You can you can find something like that. There's quite a few different ones depending on specifically what kind of armory you are looking for. Are you looking for like weapons and armor? Are you looking for more kind of magical stock? What specifically?
Probably just like regular armor.
Okay. Kind of wandering around and asking questions into the things like that, you eventually get sent to the lowest deck on here near the back of the ship where it can kind of expel the waste and like smoke and everything from the forges effectively directly into the Veil. As you get there, you see a kind of tall, very muscular, darker skinned fellow with a goatee, and he's sitting there just kind of pounding on this thing. You're not quite sure what it is because right now it is so red hot that it's actually creating a bit of a glare, and he just kind of stares unblinking into it. You notice as you're there, you see him put it and quenches it in a nearby bucket of water. He goes, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Hello. Do you happen to have any studded leather armor?
Well, let me see what I've got. I generally don't do a whole lot in leather working. Let's see. I might have. We have a leather worker here. He's just he's on the opposite end of the ship. All that tannoy and everything creates a bit of a scent. Let me see. For someone your size, you see what I've got in kids wear. You see him kind of going around and kind of tossing things around. He's like, this would probably. Yeah, I'd say you probably need to have it just slightly altered, but like I said, you can just go over. Literally, it's just the other end of the ship from here, and he can get that adjusted for you. Let's see. For this, I mean, it's finer craftsmanship. I'd probably say this will go for about 50 gold.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, you're able to purchase the studded leather. And to make things simpler, the adjustments and fittings are included in the price. He's like, yeah, just tell him I send it to you. We've got agreements. You know, he sends people over my way. I send people over. You just tell him.
Yeah, I curtsy to him and thank you.
Not a problem, little one. He goes back to heating the piece of metal that he was working on previously.
And I go to the leather worker.
Okay. So on the exact opposite side, you come in and it seems like there's no one there. But then you hear this kind of scratching sound and you see things like there are piles of leather and documents and other things. There's just piles all over this place. And you see one of the piles kind of shake a little bit. Then you hear scratching sound. You see another pile kind of shake a little bit.
Whoa.
What would you like
Hello?
to do?
Hello?
Ah! What? Hello? What? Huh? And suddenly you see this barely like 2.5 foot tall kobold come rushing out. Oh, hi. Yes, yes. Hello. It's wonderful to see you. Yes.
Ah. Oh, there I was told by the armorer that you could help me get this studded leather refitted for my
Gorian.
size.
Gorian, you come from Gorian. Yes, yes, yes. I love Gorian. Gorian's a wonderful person. Yes, he doesn't complain about the smell. See, I have been blessed. I have been blessed. For I have no smell. Yes, yes. So all the smells, they mean nothing to me. Gorian, he works in his own place on the other side, but he doesn't get mad about the smell. Everyone else, it's always the smell. Oh, and he takes the armor and he kind of disappears. You hear it scuffling, and then he comes back. And you see him take out measuring tape, and he's like, ah, yes. And you go, and he's marking on the leather. Will take me 2 hours. 2 hours to have this done for you. Yes, yes. You come, you bring your friends next time, as long as they don't mind the smell. Yes.
Thank you very much. I'll do that.
Yes. Goes back.
I'll have my work done. I'll go to the tavern.
All right. So, Spegwick.
Yeah.
After having all this stuff done, do you have anywhere you want to go other than a place that has a stiff drink?
Well, we might be going looking for work, but I think we can take care of that later. I think right now the priority is reflection and self-friggin' care. So, I think what we need to do right now, let's do a little looky-looing. See if there's anything going on. We can find possibly we come into a little bit of gold. I think I'll inspect the magical wares if there's anything that might possibly catch my eye.
Okay. So, depending on the magical wares you're looking at, the upper deck, the kind of open air market, is full of different kind of magic items and potions and salves and just really any kind of more mystical things. Things that tend to catch people's eyes are all on the upper deck. So as you're wandering around, is there a particular kind of thing that is going to catch your eye more? Like I said, there are booths that are selling various enchanted items. There are booths that are selling various salves and cure-alls and other things like that. There are.
I think I might be interested in, again, I might just end up just being getting my hopes up and not being able to afford a friggin' thing. Got anything in the way of wands?
Yes, there is a specific kind of booth is better description than anything else, because this is actually kind of attached to the deck a little bit. It's got, more walls than the other kind of carts that you see in various places. And you see this elderly, elven-looking person. Like, he has kind of the more fine features and the pointed ears of an elf. But something about him just looks different. Like, perhaps he was made of, like, wax and somebody accidentally put him too close to the stove for, a few minutes, where just all of the features just kind of droop a little bit. As he sees you coming, he goes, "Hello? What can I do for you?"
In Elven, he'll say, "Good day to you, sir." And then he'll switch over to common, like, "I perhaps want to bruise your wares and see what you might have in the way of wands."
Of course, I have many a wand in front of me. Is there a particular length? I have left-handed wands, right-handed wands, ambidextrous wands for those that like to pitch hit. Wonderful things. I even have wands designed to be used simultaneously if you are into that sort of thing.
I'll probably get my hopes up, but looking for possibly something in the realm of. Sometimes we find our ways in dicey situations, you see, and I might need a little bit something to up my offensive, defensive capabilities, if you take my meaning.
Something that makes your spells more accurate. Your
Accurate,
powers
potent.
more potent. Things
Yeah.
like that. Yes, I understand exactly what you are saying. Let me show you this. It's called a Wand of Wonders. The wonders that come out of this wand will perplex your foes, make them not expect anything that is
I
going
am
to
not-
come out of your wand.
I
This
am not
would
looking
make
to
you
invite
very-
that kind of chaos into my life right now, friend.
Oh, I understand completely. Let me show you this really impressive one. It's just over here. And he goes over and you see him, he has a wand of his own, and he's just kind of pointing it, and various boxes are falling off of shelves in places. Half the time he's not even pointing at them when they fall. You're not sure if it's gravity or maybe an invisible hand that you're just not noticing the effect. He eventually goes over, yes. This is the one you want. Now, this one is a very powerful wand. I'm very, very careful to whom I sell this to, but you yourself, you look like you're the trustworthy sort. Yes, and I've got a nose for this kind of thing, so don't you worry. I think you can control the immense power. This itself is called a Wand of Frowns. What you do is you point it at your enemy and you invoke the magic inside it, and it fills them with such apathy and negative emotions that they can't help but just immediately start frowning and are unable to stop frowning for at least an hour. It's very, very potent. It makes them believe that you can control their very emotions and make you a very, very powerful opponent. Like, could you imagine getting into combat and then immediately be just overwhelmed with grief? Well, you would give up the combat immediately, wouldn't you? That is why this wand is so powerful. Yes, I think this is exactly what you're looking for, isn't it? Yes.
I bet you're wrong.
Oh, I'm never wrong. Trust me on this. You see, I have been doing this for 700 years. I've only been with this group for a short time, but I have been.
And yet here we are.
Well, perhaps you are the one that's wrong. You don't know what you're looking for. That happens quite often. You don't need to worry. I will not be offended if you are wrong. So.
Spitwit and I both like.
Well, if this isn't the one that you're looking for, you mentioned that you want something powerful to make yourself more powerful, correct? Yes. Let me think here. I will use all of my abilities to find you something very, very potent, very, very, very powerful for yourself. Let us look. We go here. No, that's far too weak for someone of your talents.
Mentally, I think the Spitwit $10 says it's going to be the Wand of Smiles friggin' next.
He's going through it. He's going, oh, yes. I have been thinking in the wrong direction. Yes. I can see what it is in my mind's eye. I know exactly what it needs to be. Yes, I'll go over here and... Oh. I must ask you, avert your gaze. The sheer power of this wand can be blinding to some. Maybe just cover one eye so that you still have sight in one eye. After you see this, and he opens his box, and the wand itself does luminesce slightly. Like there's just this little bit of a glow to it. You wouldn't notice it if it weren't for the fact that you were in a covered building and there were shadows cast on it from the coverings. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell it was glowing.
It's like when the glow sticks, like it's more powerful when you're like...
Yeah, basically. So you're just sitting there, and he goes, you see him just very, very delicately pick it up and places it on the counter in front of him, and he steps back a little bit. Be careful what you wish for. The power contained within this wand could change the life of the wielder. Change them from a penniless pauper into the most powerful prince imaginable. Change them from someone who influences no one to someone who influences the very world. This wand can do something that magic has been striving to do for countless centuries. Yes. This is a wand of useful items.
Oh,
Simply sitting there and thinking, you see, and there are kind of little gems all along the wand. Each one of these gems houses one of the most useful items you will ever find. You simply think of the item, say the magic word, and it comes out. For example, being the incredible, powerful magic user I am, I have my own version. And watch this. Watch this. When it is wet outside and the rain is coming down very, very hard, and of course you need something to keep yourself warm, so I go, Cloak of Dryness! And you watch as this cloak just comes out and kind of hits you in the face. And it's a nice leather cloak. Like, it's been waterproof. Like, it's a really nice cloak. See? There is not a drop of water that will hit you while you're wearing that cloak. And that is but one of the things in this amazing little thing. It is absolutely brilliant.
I would just like to point out that at some point down like many halls, Reggie is just going through the stands and he's just thinking, bullshit sense tingling.
Wow, my contempt meter just spiked way the hell up.
Eventually, you feel kind of like a presence behind you. And if you look over your shoulder, you see a fire genasi standing there, wearing kind of traditional, very light clothing, a decent amount of skin. Like, it's an open vest and kind of, baggy pants, very airy and everything. And you can see he's fighting back tears at this moment from, like, biting his tongue and not saying anything. And as soon as you look over, he just, like... And he's holding it back so hard.
Yeah, I know. We're, like, both having, like, I know, right?
He finally comes over and goes, Phileas! Phileas, I must say, you are going to scare all the customers away with your amazing abilities. Please, my friend, don't use any of these things. We want the world to continue working. Well, I don't think I really asked for your help, in fairness. Oh, Phileas, my good friend, I could not allow you to keep just presenting these amazing things in front of this poor gentleman who obviously is not at that quite caliber. Yes.
Caliber,
fairness.
yes.
Well, perhaps you're not quite ready for these. I'll go find something else. And he kind of goes back, and you hear whispered in your ears, you have less than a second to turn around and run before he pitches you something else.
Smegger's already gone.
And you eventually see him kind of appear. If you're looking for something that actually has use, my name is Infernus. I I too sell magical devices, though not quite to the caliber of great Phileas over there. It sounds like you were looking for something in the neighborhood of maybe a wand of the War Mage or something similar.
Something along that. I was literally just doing some window shopping, and I had the unfortunate happenstance of ending up at
Do
that
you do you currently
problematic
use
kiosk.
do you currently use a wand, or would this be your first?
I've not professionally used a wand as such. I'm no stranger to arcane focuses,
Okay.
but I have been looking something, just the possibility
Well, they
of
keep me
usage.
hidden on the second level simply because, well, he makes money, I make. Well, my customers don't always return. Um, See, when you give them power, some people assume some power means ultimate power. So they let people find my shop a little more difficultly. But if you or your friends are looking for something that will actually help, come on down. I'll give you a decent deal. It's the least I can do for subjecting you to Phileas. I have to admit, he's rather good at what he does, though.
Whatever that is, I'm sure he's great.
He makes money. Plenty of tourists
He
come
must.
through here and they find his bullshit the most amazing thing ever. He's more of an experience than he is a product seller. It's worth going through the spiel at least once. Anyway, if that's what your friends are looking for, again, second level, take a left at the stairs. 3 doors down, I'm on the right. All right.
Perhaps I may check you out later. Appreciate it, friend.
Have fun, you. He kind of wanders off. As this is happening, Crexney, you have been dealing with an issue in one of the stalls on the to the top deck. All of the carts are kind of magically attached somewhat to the deck itself. They use kind of a form of graviturgic magic, so that when the ship is going and the waves get high, everyone's not losing all their stuff. Well, for one of the shops, it just wasn't working correctly. Instead of holding everything down, it had basically made all of the product float in the air. And so they asked you to come over and to do something. And while you're doing that, you hear Phileas and his bullshit meter just start to overflow. And you see this situation with Smegwick, and then you watch as Infernus comes over and diffuses the situation. And you've seen it many times before. Infernus generally doesn't do it because most people are more into it than it seemed this person was. But you had kept hearing rumors about this group that had come out, and this goblin seemed to fit the description. So as you see him start to wander off, what would you like to do?
Go over to him. The goblin is Smegwig, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So as you walk over, describe what Smegwick sees kind of coming towards him.
So Smegwig should see a medium-sized Haragon. Her fur is kind of patchy, multiple colors between white, brown, light brown, tan. She's dressed nice, but lots of gear. So she has armor on her legs, on her chest. She has little gadgets kind of all over the place, a cute little hat with goggles and gears. She's dirty. She looks like she's been working.
So Smegwick, you see this another rabbit person. The second one you've seen in as many hours, which is impressive because you've never seen a Haragon before. Or actually, you might have in the brief amount of time you spent in the Feywild, because that's where they're native. But you see, and she kind of locks eyes with you and starts kind of moving towards you. In addition to that, Crexney, is someone traveling with you currently, or are they somewhere else?
Oh, yes. Right now, I'll just say that he's sleeping. He's just off to the side so that I can meet him individually.
All right. So you see this Haragon woman kind of coming towards you with purpose.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
You will also see a little green pseudo dragon tail kind of lounging on one side, going over there, sitting on the sitting on the shoulder.
Adorable
Green
seems to
with a
be
little
the
bit
theme of this campaign.
green with a little bit of like copper speckles.
Okay. Can I go up to him and ask him questions?
Yeah, whatever you would like to do, it is entirely up to you.
Is it a pet? Do you call it a pet? Do they call it a pet?
It,
On your shoulder? Yes.
Call us my friend.
Your friend? Okay.
His name's Spitwit.
Well, I'm gonna go up and say, hey, I noticed you got a little friend there on your shoulder. What's his name?
Oh, I thought you were asking me. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm walking up to you. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
you yet. What's his name?
His name's Spitwit.
Does he do anything fun?
You say that, you get a little mental image in your head of a little chibi pseudo dragon in your head going.
What are you guys out here looking for? I heard you talking to the guy about wands.
Oh, just doing a bit of window shopping right now, I guess you could say, while maybe possibly looking for work, and then heading off again.
Heading off. Where you guys going?
No friggin' idea.
Oh, that sounds fun. You guys just hang out,
Well, we
adventure
did-
maybe.
Yeah, I suppose adventure, happening into trouble.
That sounds like the life.
You would think so.
It's better than working here on a ship.
I mean, you're pretty much always going to be working on the ship. You're not going to be on this ship, and we're going to be going on to our ship. We're going to be working later, too.
Yeah, but on the same ship. It's repetitive. I want to see the world.
I had that exact same feeling. I got in a lot of trouble.
I'm
back. Sorry, I just
are
had
you
a
here by
thing
yourself?
earlier.
Are you here by yourself?
No, I got a crew.
Okay.
Are you looking for work?
Maybe. What are you offering?
Don't friggin' know. We haven't seen any job opportunities yet.
Well,
Like I said, we got off the ship. We had a little bit of an experience, and then they all just took off like a friggin' fart in the wind.
Well, maybe I can help you find something, and it'll get me away from what I'm doing.
As you are sitting there, the owner of the owner of the Condor comes up. Hello, everyone. So wonderful to see you enjoying our facilities. Crexney, I believe there was a request for your
Yeah. I'm going. Okay, I'll fix it.
Wonderful. Is there anything I can help you with, Smegwick?
God, why does he have to enunciate?
No, Simeon, I'm quite well, thank you. Simply looking around, perusing your fine establishments.
Wonderful. Well, if that is all, perhaps Crexney, you and I could speak later about your contract.
Okay.
Wonderful, yes. He kind of slinks away.
Well, I gotta go handle something. Can you find me later?
Or you can find us later.
Or I can find you later.
Never know how it works out. Sure. Pleasure to meet you, Crexney.
Nice to meet you.
While that is going on, Reggie, as the other two go their separate ways, where specifically did you want to kind of peruse before hitting the bar?
I am currently in the section of the ship that deals not so much in weapons or armor, but mostly just in like little trinkets and other imported items from other locations and such. And I'm specifically just looking for any sort of souvenirs and knickknacks, but only those that come from the plane of water.
Okay. Good question. Specifically, things coming from the plane of water would be hidden pretty low, probably on that base deck where Aoi already is. One of the shops, unfortunately, near the tannery that has that lovely scent. Will be there, and you actually find as you walk in, you see a figure kind of obscured in shadows near this side. The figure itself is relatively short as far as you can see when you walk in, but as soon as you walk in, you see kind of a riffle, almost like heat waves coming off of hot ground, and then they are remarkably tall, and this tall, elegant woman walks out, goes, "Hello."
Oh, it is a
inquiries about the elemental plane of water or the various wonderful areas I have from it?
Yes, I do, my good madame. I do apologize for disturbing you, because it seems like this is a rather remote location on this fine barge here. I myself am looking for not quite anything specific, but rather I'm just trying to find any sort of little items, possible keepsakes, basically anything that seems to give way to the impression that it came from specifically the plane of water itself. Like a necklace or a bracelet, basically any other little souvenirs of the sort, if you would be so kind.
Oh, of course. I have many different things. You said a necklace, perhaps maybe something like this. And you watch, she kind of moves her hand across her neck, and you watch as her clothing shifts. And you see this very lovely looking necklace that has a gem crusted in it. That it almost looks as if the gem itself kind of undulates like waves. I have various things that look like this, or perhaps, and she kind of waves her arm, and where there was no bracelet, you suddenly see this cobalt-looking bracelet, almost like a half bracer kind of thing that goes around. I have other things that look more along this. What kind of things were you wondering?
Automatically, Reggie is just a little bit, for like a split second, he's kind of in awe at this display. And already he's thinking, well, that fine piece of neckwear right there is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for. Tell me, my good madame, exactly how much coin would a fine piece like that fetch, as well as the fine piece of arm jewelry that you have?
Let me see specifically what I have made. Most of these items are made from materials found in the elemental plane of water. I make them myself. I just model them for the
and you do as such an astute job, miss.
I am rather impressed with your candor. Most people, the first time they meet a changeling, are more put off by it.
Well, I can certainly say for certain, young miss, that why don't we just say that I have quite a few bits of experience with your kind, and let me just say, I have really no reason to hold anything against you.
It's always nice to hear about an unbiased approach, an unbiased view on the changelings. Since the elemental wars started, business has not been as good as it once was. let's see what I have. And she starts kind of going through. I have this. I personally call it ever-changing amulet. The gem itself is made from a particular mineral mined in places in the elemental plane of water, very, very deep. And because it's used to existing so deep and under so much pressure, under 0 atmospheres, or 1 atmosphere as we have here, it kind of undulates and flows like a liquid while still remaining relatively solid. It's very nice. I could let this particular piece go for 150 gold pieces.
My dear miss, you have yourself a deal.
Wonderful. And very quickly, you watch as her fingers kind of elongate as she starts doing, like wrapping it up and everything, and gives you this nice little box. Is there anything else you'd like, good sir?
At this point, no, there wouldn't be, but you have given me precisely what I've been looking for. Thank you ever so much. And Reggie gives like a very polite bow, still holding the box in like between his hands. And after he kind of straightens up, he turns around and he walks out of the stand.
All right.
Well, when he rounds that corner, though, he just kind of checks to see if anyone's like around him. Could I do like a perception check to see if anyone's within like earshot of me?
Yeah, sure. I'll say there's no perception check really needed. Really, everywhere on the ship, there are going to be eyes on you. The ship is not massive enough where there really are places where you could be super quiet or away from someone. Even in this place where there's not a ton of people, there are still eyes just about everywhere, just not lots of them.
Let me rephrase. Could I do a perception check to see if any one of my crewmates are close by?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a 19.
19. Looking around, you do see Aoi kind of skipping down the hallway away from. She's just finished going to the leather worker.
All right.
She doesn't seem to be looking in your direction. It seems that she must have passed while you were inside the shop.
All right, perfect. Seeing that the coast is clear, I open the box. I take out the necklace. I kind of hold it in my hand for a moment before putting it on my own neck. And I just go, feels like home. All right. And then I head off to the bar.
Okay. So, as all of you do your various things, you eventually all come to the bar. The official tavern here is called the Main Tent. And it is in the dead center of the ship itself. It's right on the third. It's right on the third deck. It actually takes up 2 decks, and is kind of bustling. There's an entrance that leads to the top deck of the ship, and there's an entrance that leads out to the third deck of the ship, as well as various other places. It's kind of the center of the ship itself, and it's kind of booming. You can see people are there that live on the ship that are just not working at the time. You can see while you guys have been here, a couple other ships have kind of docked, and other people are here as well. So you guys are all able to get a table and start drinking. Crexy, on the other hand, when you go off to fix whatever it was that was supposed to be fixed, as you get there, the person running the booth just kind of looks at you like you're nuts. Like, I didn't call for you. And as soon as you look back, Simeon, the head of the boat, the proprietor, is like, Crexney.
Yes.
I just wanted to have a conversation about
Our con.
interacting with the customers.
Oh, okay.
See, we're very careful not to offer any services on this boat. We offer products, sometimes offer experiences, but you see, the offering of services, especially in this veil space, gets me in trouble with Cyclicali's station and the Baron Lords therein. They take it personally.
Okay, I get it. Just tinker, nothing else.
Lovely. We wouldn't want something to happen outside my control.
Yeah, something. Okay, I got you.
Lovely. I do want to tell you, you have been wonderful for your time on this ship.
What does that mean?
Appreciate all the work you have done.
Are you letting me go?
No, just telling you you are valuable to us.
Okay.
And he kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, and without thinking, you kind of recoil a little bit as he touches you. Well,
All right. Well, I'll get back to work.
lovely. And he kind of slinks off.
Can I not go back to work and go to the tavern
Definitely.
instead?
So as you get there, the tavern itself is always lively. And if you're looking to have a good time, you generally can find it here. And you see other people around that you recognize. But one thing you find somewhat interesting is there is a table on the first floor that has almost a barrier around it. No one is sitting near these three people, and you recognize one of them is Smegwick, your new friend. Friend used loosely, but and this is something that's a little bit odd because you, in the 6-ish months that you've been here, you've never seen people actually avoid potential customers. If for no other reason than a lot of shopkeepers like to get their customers drunk and then bring them back to their shops to convince them to buy more shit.
Well, I'm gonna walk over towards them, and I'm gonna unintentionally bump into him like oh, oops, fancy seeing you here.
Okay, so Smegwick, as you're
Inside check.
Go for it. Just to get you rolling a little
12.
bit, Queen Venus. Why
Okay.
don't you roll me a let's call it a performance check.
Okay, so what do I roll? Which one?
So if you go to your character sheet, there should be a place that says skills, and one of the skills should say performance. If you go ahead and click on whatever the plus for that is.
Let's see. I don't see skills. Let's go.
So if you look at the place where like your weapons are listed, to the left of that box, there's a big list. At the top, it says acrobatics, animal handling. If you go down to the P section, there should be one that says performance.
It's all alphabetized.
Yep.
Oh, I have to click additional. Gotcha. Okay. Nope. It's not letting me roll. Sorry. It's letting me change things, not roll.
Oh, are you in your character sheet itself?
Yes. Yes.
Let's do it this way. Go to in D&D Beyond itself. If you go to the top, there should be a thing that says collections, game rules, sources, everything like that. Go to collections, click on my characters.
Okay.
You should see Crexney there, and then
Yes.
just click on the name Crexney. And that should bring up your rollable character sheet.
Okay, so yeah. So if I hit additional skills, and then the performance, when I click on it, it says customize.
Not the word itself. To the right of the word performance, there should be a little box that says +1 or +0 or -1 or something like that next to it. If you click on that,
It
should...
says customize.
I wonder if you just have rolling turned off. Hold please.
I can just roll a dice, it looks like on the left.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a dice then.
Okay.
Basically, it's a d20, and then you just add whatever it says next to your charisma. That's next to your performance thing. That's your performance modifier.
All right, so I got a 20 plus 1.
You're
Well,
rolling that
20 is a
20.
nat
Oh,
20.
jeez.
That is called a critical success.
Nice.
For skill checks, it's not quite as important for other things, but that is the most you possibly could have rolled. So your very first roll in this campaign, you have just rolled the absolute best you could. Congratulations.
Yeah, natural 20.
Last time.
Smegwick, what'd you get for your perception?
Oh, I rolled insight, so I got a 12.
Insight, I mean. 12. Yeah, she seems to have accidentally bumped into you. She's like, oh, so sorry. Like, it seems genuine to you.
Hey!
Hey, how are you? What are you guys doing?
You guys know each other?
Someone just bumped into while I was perusing the upper deck. This is Crexney, I believe. Yes?
Yep, that's me. Hi,
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir, ma'am.
ma'am. It's nice to meet you guys too. What are you guys doing?
We're still kind of recovering from recent events.
Okay, Smegwig, did you ever find that wand you were looking for?
Not yet. I figured we'd take a look later. I was just window browsing at the time.
Okay.
I'll allow these two knuckleheads here to introduce themselves, so they like to exchange names.
Very quickly.
Okay.
One of the things that can happen in this campaign is chat can actually gift things to the party, things like healing potions, or in this particular instance, someone, I'm probably going to mispronounce the name, so please forgive me. Chaxmix, is it Meeks? Something like that? She has gifted you a reroll token. So if you just want to make a mark somewhere that mentions, hey, if you roll something and it goes poorly, you can use that to reroll it. So that being said, sorry for interrupting. Continue.
Introductions.
Yes.
Well, I'm Allie Sparkscale.
I am Reginald Masterson Aberdeen Myers III, but
You can call him Reggie.
everyone just calls me Reggie.
Oh, hi, Reggie. I'm Crexney. Do we just sit down?
Well, sit down.
Yeah,
Join us. We're all
please.
having a drink here.
Well,
Feel
Thanks
free.
for the invite, I think. What are you guys drinking?
I don't know what everyone else is drinking, but Reggie actually has like
His own
a thing of
mustache.
wine in his hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
fancy.
I asked for
Yeah.
the hell special, and apparently they have me a nice warm glass of Wumpus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the tavern itself
It's not bad.
has its own microbrewed ale that it has there. It has various harder liquors. It does have a selection of wines as well, ranging from the more inexpensive, more vinegar-flavored ones, up to ones that cost, hundreds, if not thousands of platinum.
Okay.
And of course, Allie shows pretty hard, lol, drink of apple cider.
Yes.
Oh.
And they have various juices as well. So things like apple cider or more kind of rare things like that, like cherry and boysenberry and all these other kind of mixed juices and non-alcoholic sangria type things where multiple juices are mixed and that. So.
Well, what brought you guys to the ship?
Oh.
Go ahead.
No,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It was nothing. It was nothing. Please continue.
No, what brought you guys to the ship?
We just kind of ran across it, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, we were on our way northwards when,
Eastward.
it's eastwards. Thank you. We were on our way eastwards when it's just as Howie says, this ship just kind of happened upon us. We happened upon it, and well, one thing led to another. Here we are.
No, that story sounds about how I got here. Just showed up, got on. That's about it.
Wow.
What do you guys plan on doing after this?
Well, it all depends on whether or not we can find any work here, or if we're going to have to head off to the next port and see if they have anything there offering for us.
As you guys are speaking, you feel the entire ship kind of lurch, and you
Yeah.
all have to kind of grab your drinks really quickly to avoid having them
Yeah.
spill. And the entire tavern goes quiet a bit as everyone kind of looks around, and then everything starts up, but in a completely different feeling. Everyone starts kind of rushing out of the tavern to various places. Crexney, you would recognize they're all going to check to see what just happened to the ship and whether or not they have to get their stuff and get it off the ship very quickly.
So they're gonna go check and see if everything's okay. You guys want to hang tight? I'll go see what's going on.
Okay.
I don't think we were quite planning on going anywhere just yet.
Now I'm still working on this.
All right. Well,
Yeah, if you need us, just holler.
okay. I'll be right back. So then I'm gonna kind of run off to see if we're all okay.
Okay. You as you come out and you start kind of talking to different people, you start hearing rumors that apparently a Marines, a Sovereignty galleon, has come up across the ship, and they have docked with one of the ships that is docked with the ship itself, and they're starting to kind of toss it a bit, claiming that something nefarious has gone on that ship. And as you kind of learn our information, you find out your new friend's ship is currently hosting a small platoon of Marines.
Why do I feel a chill up my spine?
Yeah. Guys, by any chance, you guys have a ship docked here
Yes.
somewhere?
Yes.
The Almirage's escapade?
The, there's some trouble. I don't know if you guys want to handle it or just
What kind of
hide.
trouble?
There's
What kind?
soldiers on it.
The frig?
What?
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Smeg was like, oh, hell no. And he just takes off.
Reggie downs the last of his wine. He just tosses the glass and he follows after Smegwick.
What the frig is going on here? This is not a moment's friggin' peace.
I swear, I have private things in that cargo hold. No one else is entitled to it.
What the heck could this get any worse?
Why would you say that?
The wisdom of, like, 8.
Wait, we're surrounded by wood. Start knocking on the walls. Knock on all the wood you can.
Is there something I can do to help?
They're all kind of running. If you want to kind of follow them as well.
Okay. Okay.
As you get to the top deck, you all can see Simeon is speaking with someone in uniform that has a lot of shiny bits on his collar.
Oh.
And they seem to be in as heated a debate as you could imagine Simeon having. And as you get closer and closer, you eventually start hearing, I have the utmost respect for the sovereignty and your authority in wherever you see fit, but this particular person is a guest based on my ship. As you can see, I have all the proper paperwork to run this ship, and any ships stocked with it are under my jurisdiction before yours. Listen, I don't bloody care who the hell you think you are, what authority you think you have. I've found illegal documents being sold on the black market on your ship, and if you don't want me to impound this entire bloody ship, you let me investigate to find out exactly where these documents came from. If you are lucky, I will only arrest the people that actually sold or bought the documents. However, if you would prefer to have this conversation in a more official manner, I can take you to the brig on me ship and we can have a wee little conversation there. Of course, I would never attempt to remove your authority. Do what you feel is necessary. And you watch as he kind of slinks away. Alright, those of you on this ship, who's the owner of the one with the weird animal on the side?
That's an Almirage. As I run up.
Aye, is this your ship?
It is. What seems to be the problem?
And he pulls out a book that looks remarkably familiar, like the books that you guys found on the island. Does this look like yours?
Not anymore. We found it while on a voyage.
So you do admit to selling forbidden goods. Alright, lock them up right now. And you see more Marines coming forward.
We are under no knowledge of selling anything as such forbidden. We found strange books, strange paraphernalia. We sold them in good faith, not knowing if they were illicit.
Alright, so you just happen to come across books that talk about an ancient cult and worship of gods that don't exist, and encourage people to shun society and the authority of the sovereignty, and you thought that the best thing that you could do was to sell them to people?
To a collector who might make more sense of what they had. We didn't know what we had in detail. We had esoteric writings we had discovered.
Well,
for all we know, it's fiction.
And not one page in there that we saw said anything about down with the sovereignty. Nothing said that.
Well, ignorance of the law is not an excuse for breaking the law.
There's no ignorance in the law. The books didn't say anything like that.
Inspiring sedition against the sovereignty is a crime.
We didn't inspire any type of sedition, sir.
Not
we found
yet.
Books, we sold it.
We stopped you before you could.
You didn't stop us from doing jack.
We'll finish this conversation in a more official capacity. Boys, take me away. And these guys come up to you and they start attempting to put manacles on you. How you react to that is entirely up to you.
All right, now I know only a few things about the law, but what I do know is you can't be preemptively judging and passing judgment on anyone you just come about. There's nothing seditious about what's in those books. Back off!
Perhaps you don't quite understand what it is I'm saying. According to maritime law, in the absence of an official government, like the government of Axelos or the Soul Watch Tower or anything like that, when we are in the open veil, the sovereignty has ultimate say over the laws, and whoever is the highest ranking member of the sovereignty acts as judge, jury, and sentencing. So, I will tell you again, we will continue this conversation in a more official manner on my ship. This is not a request. This is not a question. This is me telling you exactly what is going to happen. You're going to let them put those manacles on you. You're going to go. You're going to be searched for any other points of sedition on you. And then you're going to be questioned. Do we have an understanding here, or would you prefer I make my point slightly more clear as he rests his hand on the weapon on his belt?
There's no need for you to throw your weight around anymore. You've done quite enough of that already.
All right, then.
I'm sure everyone else will be willing to comply.
Fantastic. Take them away. And they start clamping things. And then you see another one goes, "Oh, sir. We think they have another contact on the ship. That woman right there was drinking with them and obviously knew them pretty well. They were joking around."
She's our tour guide. She's our tour guide.
I just met them and I was just showing them where to get things.
You know, one of the most interesting things I have found is I have never caught someone that has ever done something more than once. Every single time I find a criminal, it is the first time they've ever committed that crime. It is the most bizarre thing I've ever found. Apparently,
now, hold
no one
on.
is ever caught unless it's their first time. So, why don't you tell us exactly how everything went? And just because it's so noisy out here and there's just so much, things that can get you distracted, how about you come with us and we can talk in my ship, which has these lovely rooms that are very nice for having conversations in. We call them interrogation rooms. Cuffer. And he just kind of walks away, and this other guy kind of comes up to you.
Oh, this is bullshit. She doesn't even work for us. She works for the dang ship. We were having a pint.
Crexney, as they come over, you can see they have manacles ready for you. It is entirely up to you how you want to respond to this. You can let them put them on. You can try to fight. You can try to get away. You can ask someone else.
Can I whistle for my friend to come and kind of put aggression towards him, and then
absolutely
So I whistle, and my pet, his name is Ogon, comes. It's like a robotic. It's called a Thylo, kind of like a saber-tooth looking cat. Stands up to about my waist. He's made of metal gears. He comes running over to me and kind of like growls at him to protect me.
All right.
I have got the strangest sense of deja vu.
Yeah.
So
I know, right?
To make things work a little bit easier for me, why doesn't everybody roll me initiative? Initiative is basically when we get into combat or other situations where we're going to kind of go in a turn order of some sort. You roll a d20 and you add your dexterity modifier to it. On your character sheet, there's actually a little thing that says initiative, and it has like a plus something in it. I believe yours is +4. So if you just roll a d20 and add 4 to it, that'll be your initiative score. And that'll just tell me in what order everyone goes.
I'm changing my friggin' dice color. Going fuzzy dice.
I got 18.
So hold on to that thought for just a second while I write the things down I need to. Just because I won't remember any of this, so I have to write everything down. All right, we'll start with Smeg. What do you got?
10.
Aoi?
31.
You said 21?
Yes,
I don't know
I
why
did.
I thought 41. You can't roll a 41, but whatever.
She's all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I rolled 17 plus 4.
Not bad. Reggie?
I also got a 21. 18 plus 3.
And then Crexney.
18 plus 4.
18 plus 4. So you are 22. So you're actually going to go for first. So,
like a bunny.
1.
This is not going to be combat. This is just going to be a situation where everything is going to kind of happen really, really quickly. So, as what's your pet's name again?
Ogon.
Ogon. As
Ogun.
Ogon comes over, the first thing that happens is the guy that came over to you is obviously really green.
Okay.
Doesn't know what he's doing. He's very, very young. As soon as he sees a large, metallic, prehistoric-looking cat thing coming at him, he drops it and kind of stumbles back. And you see everyone else starting to kind of react. Some people are starting to go for weapons. Other people are just starting to dive out of the way. Where you are right now, you are currently on the deck of the ship. About 20 feet ahead of you, into your left, is the gangplank that goes down to their ship. On the other side of their ship is a very, very large galleon. Just massive ship.
We're close to their ship from where we're at. We can get there.
Yeah,
They can get there.
Currently there are
Okay.
a few Marines in between you and the gangplank to the party's ship.
Okay, so I want my first reaction to be helping Smegwig get out of his cuffs or from his grip,
Okay.
so he doesn't get taken.
How would you like to do that? Like, would you like to try and break them? Would you like to try and maybe pick them? You know, what sounds the most fun to you? Would you like your
Picking
cat to do it?
Yeah, my cat can bite them off.
Yeah, sure.
Hold your hands open like this. Don't move.
So, what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and roll me a spell attack roll. So the way that is going to work is on your character sheet where it says actions. Right next to it, there's a thing that says spells.
Yep.
If you click on that, the top row just underneath it will have modifier, spell attack, and save DC. Roll
Yep.
the d20 and add the spell attack to it.
Okay.
By the way, Jody, I sent you a message.
Thank you.
15 plus 6.
Where
So 21.
21. 21 is really, really nice. So you kind of turn to your cat and you just sick him. And it goes over and it bites the manacles off and kind of rips them out. Just like, rah, 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 as I lose my headset. Very quickly, Imp, exactly where might you...
Roll 20.
I'm not seeing a message.
I sent you a whisper. It said GM.
Oh, because I didn't roll down far enough. That would make sense. I'm sitting there like, there's nothing here. And then, I can scroll down farther. Am I? Oh, yeah. I totally... helps when you spell things right. All right, much better. All right, so that giving commands to your pet
Friend.
counts as a bonus action. So
Okay.
theoretically, that's like half of what you can do on your turn. When we get into actual combat, we can talk about how all that stuff works.
Okay.
But effectively, for right now, that is half of what you can do right now. Is there
Okay.
something else you would like to do in addition to that?
Actions mean anything. So if I say kind of push him out of the way, is that an action?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll push him towards his ship so he's got a head start that way.
So you're
And
gonna
tell him you
push
better have a good
Smegwick?
idea. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and I guess make me an athletics check.
Athletics.
So it'll be another one of your skills.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Let's see. Roll. 13 minus 1, so 12.
Okay. So as you get there and you just like go, Smegwick, you're just standing there and this large mechanical cat comes up and just bites your manacles off, and you can see the Marines were not expecting this. Even the captain there seems rather perplexed about what in the world is going on. And the next thing you know, Krexney has gone and is just pushing you forward, attempting to get you to go somewhere. Did Crexney, after you push him, did you want to try and run towards their ship or run back below deck? What would you want to do?
Towards their ship.
Okay. So she does that. Before Smegwig can kind of come to his senses and do something, however, Howie and Reggie, you guys both got 21s. Who wants to go for the first?
Yeah, AKA rolling like shit.
So we're just trying to get out of here.
As far as you could tell right now, it seems that Crexney has decided running from the Marines is better than being interrogated by them. Which I don't think have had any interactions with the Marines thus far, so you probably wouldn't have a huge opinion on it. Reggie, on the other hand, would have an opinion on dealing with Marines, and
I do.
Yeah, at least not these particular Marines.
So, who do either of you have? Technically, you guys will be going "quote unquote" simultaneously, but either do you have an idea of what you want to do right now? As far as you can see right now, there aren't currently any Marines physically on your boat that you can currently see. It seems that after they searched your boat, they all just came on. But looking around, you can see there are 2 ropes that are tied off to your boat to kind of make it so the galleon is able to anchor to them, that you guys will eventually have to deal with. And there's about a dozen Marines on the Carnival ship that you will probably have to deal with at one point. So, with that knowledge, what would either of you two want to do?
Okay, could you explain again, are there any actual Marines between us and our ship, you said? Just so I have it clear in my head.
There's about 4 Marines that are quote-unquote between you and the gangplank to your ship, but they're not in like a defensive formation or anything. Like, you can slip through them. There's nothing that's blocking you from your ship, does that make sense?
It does. How much distance is between like where we're standing right now and where the Marine?
You're all about 15, 20 feet away from the start of the gangplank to your ship. And the gangplank is about 5 feet long. So a full move would get you onto your ship.
All right. Perfect. I have a plan.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try and clear the way for everyone else.
Okay.
So everyone else can have a clear shot to the ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move so that I end up directly in the middle of the group of Marines between us and the ship, and I'm going to use Thunder Wave.
Ooh.
And I'm going to try and blow them away so we can have a clearer path, and then just beeline it straight to our ship. Can I do that?
Sure. What is your spell save DC?
Spell save DC. Okay, so those Marines are each going to have to make a Constitution saving throw of 15.
All right. Of the because where you stand, the most you're going to be able to get it is about 6 in that blast. So of the 6, only 2 of them make their save. So 4 of them go flying. And what direction did you aim at? Were you flying? Were you aiming to knock them into the Veil, further onto the ship? What?
Ooh.
Definitely not over the side into the Veil, but basically just away from where I'm generally standing, kind of like a Moses splitting the Red Sea kind of thing here.
Let my people drink. Sorry.
And again, my only objective is to make the most clear of a path to the gangplank for everyone else.
Yeah, definitely. So you kind of run in and you start as you're moving, you start speaking kind of the words of power and kind of mixing them in with your music. And as you get there, you just kind of turn around and go, ah! And poof, 4 of them just get launched. 2 of them getting launched into a place that you probably should have avoided throwing them, because now they are surrounded by those incredibly powerful wands that Smegwick decided against purchasing.
I'm then going to end my turn with my bonus action to I can use like dash as a bonus action, right? Can I?
Are you a rogue?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm a level
rogues
2
can.
rogue.
Yeah, so
Okay, I'm
rogues,
gonna
that'll be your
Oh.
cunning action.
perfect. I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna use my dash to basically get some more distance so I can actually continue my way onto the gangplank.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever. With just your movement, you can move, do your blast, finish your movement, and that would get you down the gangplank onto the ship. With your bonus action, you can get to basically anywhere on the top deck of the ship.
Oh wow! I didn't know that it was
again,
so.
you were only about 20 feet away from the gangplank, and the gangplank's only 5 feet long.
Oh,
so yeah,
I thought everything was much greater in scope. Okay, then if that is the
Marines
case,
really don't like having to walk any further than they have to. So
okay, then if that's the case, then I will not use dash for my bonus action if I'm already on the ship anyway. But I'm going to see if I can use instead my bonus action to try and let's see. Do I have my? Could I use my bonus action to use my thieves' tools to try and like pick my manacles so I can get them off my wrists?
that would be an action.
Never mind then.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think thieves can do that, but you're not a thief.
Yeah, I'm only a level 2 rogue, so I'm not high enough for an actual spec.
Subclass.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, I'm done.
Okay, cool. All right, so you did do that. Owie, you watch as Reggie kind of goes forward. He does this really cool, and people go flying. What would you like to do? And you can see Crexty is already starting to run for, or had already started running for the thing, and basically just kind of moved out of the way and covered her ears as this blast of sound knocked all of the Marines, or most of the Marines. The two that are still there are just one regular Marine and the head. The captain, technically the admiral is what the rank says, but the admiral is there.
Before I start dashing, I'd like to use Ultra Self to make my tail longer and and try to whip them still onto the deck.
So kind of like knock them prone with your tail.
Yeah.
Yo, whip.
Interesting.
Whip my tail back and forth. Whip my tail back.
Not a use of altered self. I'm used to dealing with.
Hey, it's a cool spell.
Yeah, give me let me look at, because I have to think action economy wise exactly how I understand this. Come on, spell. This is where I show how awesome a DM I am. I know all the spells completely.
It's not gonna do as much damage as I would with my rapier, but.
So effectively, are you trying to use kind of the natural weapons?
Yeah, it's gonna be an unarmed strike.
Okay. So I get you have a choice. Mechanically, you have a choice. If you want to attack them, you will do damage. If you want to try to, trip them, there's actually an action you can make a trip attack, which is actually normally going to be your an athletics check, an athletics contest where you both roll athletics checks. If you want to just knock them over or push them, that would be that way. So what specifically do you want the end result to be? Do you want to knock them down or push them, or do you want to actually do damage to them?
I'll knock them down.
Okay. Normally, because Alter Self requires an action to cast, you wouldn't be able to do that in the same turn, but this is a unique way of using it. So I'll go ahead and let you go ahead and make just a single trip attack effectively.
Okay.
So go ahead and use, make me an athletics check and add a +1 to it from your quote-unquote natural weapon.
Right.
Sound good? That means
15.
I Ignore my roll. Who did it for? I rolled an 8.
Okay, 15.
Who are you aiming for, the Admiral or the just regular Marine?
Admiral.
Admiral. Okay, so as you go by, you start kind of casting the magic, and as you're going, your tail gets longer and thicker, and you start to feel muscles kind of growing into it. Normally, you can like wag your tail, but you start feeling very particular muscles to the point where it becomes basically prehensile at this point. And as you go by, you see the Admiral starts drawing his saber. And so he starts to draw it. You kind of slap his hand and then wrap around the back of his knees and just go plump. And you watch his legs go up and his head go down. And he hits the deck hard. You watch him just go, ooh, you can tell you just knocked the wind out of him. And after you're done with that, where do you want to go?
I want to get on the ship.
Okay, and so you run on following Reggie as well. All that happens, and Smegwick.
Okay. First off, I'm going to tell, because I know my family can actually operate independently of me, so I'm going to send a telepathic message to Spitwit, just telling me, like, go to Elberan, get the potion.
Okay.
And Spitwit just goes, takes off, double move.
Disappears.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if it matters, but he should have his flight speed is 60. He double moves 120.
60? Yeah. You will have no you'll have no idea what's going on, but he definitely gets below deck before you kind of. Oh wait, no. He'll always be within 100 feet of you, so you can keep talking to him, but he is currently below deck and not in your vision whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because he's super fast.
Yep, and that's just like a free action, really, because that's not even a bonus action for my familiar. I'm gonna basically, if I can position myself to where I can get as many of these guys, including the Admiral, if I can.
There's only 2 left in anywhere that you could get them in a group, and one of them is prone right now.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna rattle his cage. I still want to mess with him enough while we try and hopefully get out intact. I will be doing my Fey presence on them. I just put that in chat. And basically, I'm going to need him and anyone else within 10 feet of him in the cube to make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw. And I am going to go for Frightened.
Well, you said 16, right?
DC Wisdom 16.
The Admiral makes his save. The other guy fails miserably with a 2.
For a split second, Smegwick looks for my goblin. His eyes turn black. He gets black veins. His teeth go dry and get a little extra sharp. And you're like, just back off!
You watch him go, ah! And he can't run yet, so it's not his turn. But he looks like he's going to run.
I look at the Admiral just to egg him on more. Like, he's the smart one. Asshole. And I will then use my bonus action to do my, what's it called for them? It's called Nimble Escape. Yeah, as a bonus action, I can just disengage, and I am going to head towards the ship as well.
Okay. So all of you make it onto the ship itself. Anything else you're going to do on your turn?
Basically, I'm gonna if everyone else is on the ship, I guess I think we're all kind of in trouble. I think I guess I'll look to Crexy and go coming or going.
Going.
Go. I'm coming.
So, when you guys are all doing that, you guys have all effectively gotten the ship. The Admiral gets up and starts running towards the gangplank. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough movement to actually get there as he draws his sword and he points it at you, and you watch as a bolt of lightning comes out. And it's going to target probably Reggie and Owl.
Oh no! If I can get him to do it to me, I will 100% egg him on. I don't think you have the guts.
Unfortunately, it's the fact that those two actually hit him with things.
Oh, fine.
So,
crap.
Can I, for coolness, can I try to counter it with my lightning breath?
you wouldn't be able to counter it unless you happen to have counter spell.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, with your lightning breath, I can't come up with a way that you'd be able to block it in any way, just using your lightning breath.
Damn.
Why don't both of you guys make me dex saves as a bolt of lightning is shot from his sword?
Okay.
Ah!
Is that a good ha or a bad ha?
Nat 20 plus 5.
Well, you fail. Kidding.
Do I have a reaction?
Say that again.
You do have a reaction if you'd like.
I will cast Absorb Elements.
Excellent. Okay. First, why don't you tell me what your saving throw is, though?
Okay. I failed.
Fail. Cool. All right. So I have to actually roll dice. Who the heck rolls dice?
It's a
For the
good
life of
thing
me, I can't actually remember. Wow, I can't even spell. This is impressive, guys. There we go. Call lightning, chain lightning, lightning, bolt. I just need to know how many dice. I cannot believe I can't remember. 8d6. Dear Lord. Reggie, you take 15 points of lightning damage. Owie, you would take 15 points of the lightning damage, but as the lightning bolt comes, you kind of, well, how do you want to cast this? Like,
like a lightning force field shivers around me as I say the spell and
okay. Yeah, so you kind of focus, you bring out your rapier and you start kind of incanting it. You sit there just to add the coolness that you wanted to before. You sit there and you start kind of conjuring the lightning that you breathe, and you kind of breathe it onto your blade, and then as you raise it, these kind of bolts of lightning streak out, and they a few of the lightning bolts are able to get through and strike you a little bit, but most of it's kind of absorbed by it. The rest of the Marines are busy trying to deal with the fact that you threw half of them into ones that don't do anything useful. That brings us back up to Crexney. Before you guys can go, somebody needs to get to the helm to pilot the ship.
Oh.
And there are 2 ropes that are connecting your ship to the galleon. So those have to be dealt with.
I'll head to the helm because even though I'm manacled, my hands are still like in front of me, right? Okay, so
well,
I'll head to the helm then.
Well, let's start with Crexney since we're still using this whole.
Oh yeah.
So I guess I'll handle the ropes.
Okay. You can. How would you want to handle them? They're currently
Are they
tied.
able to be? Oh, can I just untie them, or do I have to cut them?
Yeah, you can go either way. Untying them because they are very.
Can I untie 2, or can I only untie
You're
one?
only going to be able to deal with one.
Okay.
Just because they're far enough away from each other that you can't get to both of them during one.
Can my friend, can Ogon bite one and I untie one?
That's definitely the way to go.
Yep.
What I'll have you do is I gotta remember how the attacks for your dude works. I don't think I have them here. Game rules, Artificer. The one thing I forgot to give you, I can actually give you on your character sheet. I can give you a stat block for your creature that I just forgot to set up for you.
Okay.
So I have to go somewhere else to look up what their attack is. Force Empowered Rend. It's just your spell attack modifier. So again, make a spell attack for me against the rope.
A spell attack is D20. (18 + 6).
You are rolling
nice.
really well.
Well, I'm gonna keep using
so
the computer.
You order your Robo Kitty to go over, and it just kind of mauls this rope, and you watch the rope go. As you come over to the one closest to you, if you want to try to untie it, that's going to be just a flat dexterity roll, where you roll a d20, add your dexterity modifier to it. Otherwise, if you want to cut it, that would be just an attack roll with your sword.
I will cut it with an attack.
Okay. So you're running over, you pull out your sword. You guys watch as the sword kind of glows a little bit. She comes over to swing at it, and you get...
10 plus 6.
So 16. So as you sit there and you go, ching, and you start kind of cutting into it, you're able to slice some of the rope, but it's a really, really thick, ship rope. So you're only able to cut through half of it.
Yep.
And that would take everything. So, Reggie, what would you like to do?
Okay. Like you told me before in my last turn, it's going to take an action for me to try to use my skills to be able to undo the manacles on my wrist. So I am going to spend my action to do that.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything for that, or does it just...
Yeah, it's a Thieves' Tools check.
Thieves' Tools check. Okay, hold on.
These are military grade manacles, so they're decently made. They're not, the best in the world, but...
What skill would I roll for that? Because I have Thieves' Tools, but it doesn't...
If you're trained in Thieves' Tools, it is a dexterity-based check, and if you're proficient with Thieves' Tools, you add your proficiency bonus to it as well. So Dex plus proficiency.
Okay, Dex plus proficiency. So my proficiency is +3, so Dex is...
Effectively, it's the same roll you would make if you were making a finesse-based attack roll. It uses the same numbers, so if it's easier to just make a dagger attack or something, it uses the exact same numbers.
Well, I rolled a 19, plus my Dex is 21, plus my proficiency of 3, which is 24.
Your Dex score isn't 21.
No. My...
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you can't have a 21 in 5e.
No. I rolled a 9. I rolled an... Okay, yeah.
I get what you're saying. So yeah, as you're sitting there, you're running over, you kind of reach down and you just kind of pick it. And as you're running, you just kind of toss the manacles off as you very easily pick them and get rid of them. You get to the ship's helms itself, and as soon as you place your hands on it, you feel the familiar feeling of the veil and the currents beneath it.
This feels so much better. How are we doing on those ropes?
And as soon as you guys unfurl your sails, which is you pull a belaying pin, you guys will be able to start going. Owie, what would you like to do? There's half a rope left, and then somebody's got to unfurl the sails.
I'm gonna unfurl the sails.
Okay. That doesn't require a check or anything. You just go over and you pull. It's actually a couple different belaying pins, but you pull them out and the sails just... and the ship itself starts moving as soon as the sails go. But it's still kind of slightly tied to the ship. So it's not going very far right now. Anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
Was that my action?
Yeah, yep, that was your action and your movement as well to do that. So unless you have a bonus action you wanted to do.
No.
Okay. Smegwick.
I know what I should do, but I'm also going to be doing a little bit of chicanery here because I want to buy us some time and I want to keep the crew confused. So instead, what I'm going to do is...
if you didn't cause chicanery, I would be upset.
I have not heard you say "damn it, Imp" in so long. I am going to use... I'm going to use minor illusion. I am going to make it look like the Admiral is on fire. He's just stuck all over him. I'm going to go, oh my god, one of the wands must have put the Admiral on fire! Save your Admiral!
I will let you choose. You can either roll me a deception check, a performance check, or a magic attack roll.
Well, I have minor illusion. I don't know if you for that, but I'll choose to roll deception.
Go for it. It's not so like the illusion happens.
Yeah.
This is how it's roll. It's seeing how well you convince other people that this isn't an illusion.
Please just. work with me. I changed you over to fuzzy
Remember,
dice.
folks, for those of you watching, there's this thing that channel points in this channel are called TJ Tales. And if you click on them, there's a bunch of different things that you can purchase to help out the group. One of which being a reroll token, which I'm sure Imp would be very appreciative of. The more you watch, the more TJ Tales you earn.
$18 on the die. That's a total of 26. I don't know deception at all. I don't know. Oh my god!
So,
my deity isn't the trickster. I don't know why you would think that.
those of you on the ship hear Smegma go, "Oh my god, the Admiral's on fire!" And all of you look over, yes, the Admiral's on fire. The Admiral is just kind of looking at himself,
What
going,
the hell?
"Wait!" And then he has two
Dog
Marines
pile. Just dog
dive
pile.
on him, slapping him in various places. "We'll save you, Sheriff! We're not gonna let you burn to death! We'll get you, fiends!"
They're all playing Get Down, Mr. President.
No,
It's magic.
no,
It's magical fire. You gotta slap him over.
we gotta slap him. Go for it, guys! We're saving
that's-
you, Admiral!
That fire's really durable. It really helps for you to lift him up and then drop him on the ground.
Yes, sir. We're gonna drop him on the ground. You're being very helpful for being the bad guys. Drop me on it. So they're dealing with that Three Stooges style.
I'm so amused by that she breaks her concentration.
Cool. That would be your action. Do you have anything you want to use your bonus action for?
That's my actions. I'll go like there. I'm gonna hold on to anything else. So, yeah. So I'll just go ahead and go there, and I'm just gonna keep egging them on because I'm just trying not to laugh. As I'm just like, yeah, you're doing great. I think you got a couple. Oh no, there's a couple more popped up.
As you're sitting there, you get a brief kind of vision in your head of a potion clasped in claws. Getting the idea that Smegma's going, "Hey, I got it," and then you get another picture in your head of Scritches.
Aww.
Get back here! Get all the Scritches you want!
You get the idea it's probably going to take another turn
move,
for him to get there, but he's got what you want.
These are dependent. Just for clarification, my understanding is we all got paid, and because I would have paid him and he would have paid us, and he was.
Yes, you got paid after he inspected it. So after he saw that the goods were good, he paid you. So
yeah, and I would have paid him.
Transaction is already transactions already done. All the transactions are done.
Cool. All right, cool.
Are we out of here?
Well, going back up to top of the order, you still have half a rope connecting you, and no Spitwick right now. So, Queen Venus, what would you like to do? You've gotten halfway through a rope.
Okay, so can I take a second swing since just like it was
definitely.
2 in a row? So
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
for it.
take a second swing to cut the rope.
Go for it.
Attack. Let's go D.
Tiger probably could too, right?
Yeah, but I'm
already swiping at the same
yes,
one.
she does
So
indeed.
16 plus 6. So
Yeah, totally. So you,
yep, straight through.
and you guys start moving away at a decent pace since you're technically full sail. You can see the Admiral has now stood up, has blasted away a few of his own men. And you watch him.
It's still going. It goes for a minute.
Well, and you actually watch him take out an item that you don't recognize, but it's a small icosahedron that he just takes out and he presses it, and you watch as all the flames just stop.
Motherfucker has his own
if-
D20.
As if an anti-magic field had just appeared.
Darn it.
You saved your admiral's life. Ask him the accommodations in order.
We're pulling away from the ship. Like, we are in motion right now, right?
Yes, you're technically in between the galleon and the carnival. And Reggie, for your turn, in order to keep you from crashing into either one and damaging your ship, I'm going to need some fancy flying from you, or some piloting from you.
Okay.
So you have
Reggie,
two
you have
different
any?
ways you can pilot. You can pilot by feeling, which is going to effectively be an intelligence arcana check, or you can pilot by actually just watching and doing what you can, and that'll be a dexterity acrobatics check.
Okay. Automatically, I'm just flying by sight and hands on the helm because I don't need to worry about the veil right now. I got 2 ships that are sandwiching me. I don't need to feel those.
Okay.
And you said that was acrobatics?
Dex acrobatics. Yep.
Dex acrobatics. Okay, don't fail me now.
I suppose either of you guys were given rerolls previously.
That is an 18.
Never mind.
Nice.
All right.
Good
So
job.
as you're sitting there, you can see there are more kind of grappling hooks that are being launched from the other ship to try and stop you. These are not the big, thick, heavy docking ropes that they had on you before. These are like,
They're personal. They're for
Yeah.
they're for people, not
but
ships.
they're hoping that if enough of them get on the ship, that they can stop you from going. As you're kind of piloting and trying to get out, you are able to get out from in between the ships, but you get about 3 of these grappling hooks kind of holding you that are slowing the ship slightly. Not a whole lot, and the people that are holding on to them are barely. Like, your ship is pulling people off of it.
Would someone please take care of those if you'd be so kind?
Owie, what would you like to do? That is all of your turn is piloting.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to lift one of them off the ship.
Okay. How do you want to get rid of the grappling hooks? You want to cut the rope? Do you want to just take the grappling hook and throw it away? What do you want to do?
I'll cut it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. If you've got extra attack, you can take 2 of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do.
Go ahead and make me a couple of attack rolls.
Okay. That probably doesn't hit. That's a 10.
Surprisingly, the ropes themselves are not incredibly difficult to hit.
Oh.
Their AC is 10.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll damage for that, just because if you just hit them, they actually do have hit points.
Okay. 8 points piercing. And attacking again. That's perfect. 30, 20.
Okay. With that, don't worry about rolling hit points for the second attack. So you're able to take out your rapier and you go. You get one off. Another one off. There's still one more grappling hook that is attached, but the person that is holding on to it is no longer on the other boat. They are now being dragged through the veil,
Oh
holding on for
no.
dear life.
We can't. I'll wait till Smegway says.
Aoi, unless there's something else you wanted to do with your turn.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, Smegwick, what would you like to do?
Okay, so the guy is fully off the ship, and he's like, the only thing that's keeping him around is holding onto the rope.
Yes.
He just goes, we can't kill one of these idiots just because he's following orders.
I guess you're right.
Oh, good. Well, I guess it's up to me to save the day, and I just gonna roll up and full disclosure, I was gonna unleash a chromatic orb on the rope, but this fool came on here. I'm gonna see if I can help him climb up.
Okay, that'll be a strength athletics check.
That wouldn't be like assisting him to climb up.
Well, you're
God.
pulling him in,
Okay.
so you got to grab the rope and don't pull like this because this is harder. You pull against the rope and.
Yeah, watch this. Oh, screw it. Come on, roll. Okay, fuzzy dice. That's a 12, so that makes that an 11.
It takes your entire turn to pull this guy in, and by the time he comes in, you are kind of spent enough that you aren't able to deal with him as he lands. As he gets on the boat, you suddenly hear the sound of breaking glass as Spitwick smashes through one of the portholes on the Carnival and comes careening onto the ship.
Lord.
You
Careful!
okay? You okay?
With that, you guys, due to the fact that their admiral is on a different ship than they are, and they're no longer connected, in order for them to be able to mount a chase against you, despite the fact that they technically would be faster than you normally, you have enough of a head start to kind of get away fast enough for them not to be able to catch you with a little bit
Because
of...
they have to untether and do all this stuff.
So you are able to get away from them. However, you have
A passenger.
technically two new friends here. You have
Oh.
you have this bunny lady, and you have a marine that, as he gets there, the first thing he does is he pulls out his club. Doesn't even have a bladed weapon. He has a club, and he goes, "In the name of a sovereignty,
Smegwick just goes like,
hereby arrest you all."
Smegwick just holds his hand up, and Eldritch Fire comes out of his hand. Put the club down.
He goes, "In the name of the sovereignty."
Boom, boom! Off to one side and then the other, going like, put the freaking club down.
Behind Smegwick, Reggie is just taking his two daggers and he just starts juggling them without breaking eye contact with the guard.
Spitwit is giving the help action.
In the name.
Can we just all sing in unison, put the club down?
Yes.
And he drops
The
it.
club down!
I'll accept your surrender.
I just
You
go
see,
over,
like
I
he's
snatch the
like
club.
bawling at this point. And he's like,
And I just grab the club and just take it out of his hands.
"Sure, you can hold on to that. That's fine. I don't need it. I'm still in command."
You, what's your name?
Frederick.
Frederick. Sit over there, Frederick!
But you're my prisoners.
I think you might have things backwards there, son. Now come with me. And I start guiding him to where Smegwick told him to sit.
And he's having a really hard time dealing with all this.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing to the port side of the ship, just like, sit the freak down.
All right. And wait, do I have any? I do. Okay, so I'm going to take the rope that I have on me and I'm just going to tell him, "All right, now listen, son. I'm going to tie your wrists so that you're not able to just simply walk away. You're just going to stay right here. We'll take good care of you. We're just going to let you sit here, and the next time we reach port, we're going to let you go. Are you going to behave? Yes or no?"
I am Ensign Frederick of the Sovereignty Marines. You are under arrest. Under arrest.
I use
and he
my-
just keeps saying this over
I'm gonna-
and over again.
I'm gonna send Ogun over to him and just to babysit him, just to sit there to keep him quiet and not moving.
Even as you tie up his wrists and everything, he kind of sits on the floor. He's like, "You're my prisoners. Because I am the authority here."
Even Spitwit feels bad. He's just like lands on his shoulder. He's like patting him. He's just like,
You just get the idea. Yes, we are your prisoners, aren't we? Yes, we are.
Good
Who's a
prisoners.
good Marine?
I'm a little bit curious about this guy, so I'm gonna spend one copper piece that I got, and I'm gonna use detect thoughts on him, because this guy, despite his state, he is still trying to go through the motions here. So I want to know what's going through his head.
So, detect thoughts technically has kind of two levels. Surface thoughts, there's no save for. If you want to delve deeper than that, he actually rolls a save. So, surface thoughts that you just get, he was not beneath the veil, but he was in the veil. And he is freaking out about that.
yeah.
The veil,
That's
as much
fair.
as it looks like, just clouds and everything like that, it is a remarkably unpleasant experience to go through the veil.
Luckily, you'd have to go down very deep to like the really bad
Yeah,
stuff
the
happening
actual
to you.
the actual underveil is like 50 or 60 feet below, and he wasn't that deep.
Otherwise, our
once
ships
you
would be a
get to
problem.
the underveil, that's where it becomes toxic and corrosive, and you die.
That's still
He didn't
scary
get
as
that
hell.
far. But just being, and the idea that had he let go, he would have fallen endlessly until he dissolved, because there's no floor. He is having an existential crisis right now, is what you're getting from surface thoughts. If you'd like to delve deeper, you could attempt, but that will require a save.
I got no reason to delve deeper on this guy. I just want to know what is making him act like this. And I'm just going like, son.
He's not okay.
Son. Okay, I take
He's on default.
Okay, is he wearing a helmet?
Yes.
Okay, I take off his helmet and then I just open palm smack him across the face.
Yeah, because that's what you do to people who undergo trauma.
Right? Almost
All right.
die. Let me smack you.
You're gonna go.
Get it together.
There's a little
right.
bit of blood from his lip.
All right.
Oh.
Are you here, son? Are you listening to me? Do you see me right now?
You hit me.
That's the least. Of
At least,
worries.
all right, he's not repeating his motion, so at least we're getting through. Okay, now listen, son. We're just going to keep you here for a little while, but when we next get to port, we're going to let you go, okay?
No. And now you can see he's finally getting back to his faculties.
I looked at Crexney and I go, he's the face.
There we go. I think that's what I want. He's finally getting his faculties back, and he's starting to realize, he's like, no, I'm a Marine of the Sovereignty. You are all criminals, and therefore you are all under. And he looks down at his wrist.
Not. Sit down.
Answer me this, son. Do you see any sovereignty around here right now?
I would like to retract my previous statement.
Statement retracted, and I give him a little pat on the shoulder.
Frederick, you're our guest. That is simply a matter of protection for us and you. Like my friend over here said, at the first port, you're gonna go on your merry. And hey, you survived being accosted, taken, whatever you want to put the spin on it at this point. You behave yourself, you get to walk away, and you get to report back, and you get to go back to the Tempest Sovereignty. Back to the Marines, okay?
Alive.
Reggie,
Yep.
since your detect thoughts would still be active,
is it?
It lasts for a minute.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's a nice spell. Since it would still be active right before it fades, you just very briefly get this glimpse of, they don't pay me enough for this shh. And then it stops.
Frederick, it's 4 of us against 1 of you. And Spitman goes,
And he just
gets an
sits
image
down.
of both
5.
gets an image of both Spitwit and Ogon. He goes like, 6.
And he just sits down and stops to the talking. That is totally not the sounds that I wanted.
And hey, you got yourself a nice little war story when you get back to your friends. How you almost got veiled and you lived.
They can say that.
Free beer for life.
Great story to tell.
I actually know of a couple taverns that actually do have a policy like that.
Oh, well, we gave him a
really?
policy.
Oh yeah, they're all the way in Lafatil.
So, that, unfortunately, is where we're going to end it.
That's a great ending.
As always, if you missed any of this episode, I do upload these all of the episodes to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/JudgeTrainerJody. You can go there and see the entire series. You can see my other series on there and other stuff that I make. So be sure to check that out. Otherwise, again, that is all for me today, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.